Hey Mary, hope you had a good day. It's been a while, hasn't it? Hey Jenny, long time. Wow, I didn't expect to hear from you. Can't remember the last time we talked. How long has it been? Not sure. I guess it was right before my son James quit the soccer team, so I think maybe 6 months ago. How about David? Is he still playing soccer? Yes, he's still at it. Since James quit, he hasn't been himself. Suppose he misses him. Oh yeah, really? What's up? Can I help you with something? Well, it's nothing special. You remember that James took that entrance exam for that private school? Well, today was when the results came back. Oh yeah, that's right. So, how was it? Of course, he got in, no problem. And at the Middleton Academy, one of the hardest schools to get into. Wow, that's really something. Middleton Academy. That's one of the most prestigious schools in the state. Congratulations. Yes, well, James is my son. I expected that much from him. I mean, the amount of money we spent on prep schools and the hours he studied. I knew he would be accepted. I even had him take 5 preparatory classes taught by some renowned educators. I had him study 5 or 6 hours every day. If he didn't get in, I was prepared to kick him out of the house. Oh, really? Must have been hard for him. Hard? You have no idea. We were paying over $1,000 a month on his prep classes. When he was studying at home, I stayed and watched over him. Made sure he didn't slack off. If you want your kids to grow up to be somebody, a mother has to work even harder. I see. I suppose so. I expect it was pretty hard on James. Yes, well, I guess all this studying and getting into the right school is really not of interest to you. So, David is going to the local public school, right? Well, actually, he applied to one of the private schools. And he did well. Got accepted. Oh, really? I figured he was the type to just coast through high school. Anyway, probably just lucky. Congratulations! Huh? What do you mean by that? Just what I said. It was pure luck. I've seen David around. He was playing soccer constantly when he should have been studying, like my James. But he manages to get in? Pure luck. Or was it some low-level school that he got into? Perhaps. Are you being serious? Where is this conversation going anyways? I mean, you didn't even send your kid to prep school. Just allowed him to kick his stupid ball around all day. It just all seems inconceivable. My James quit the soccer club and focused his efforts on getting into a good school. And he did. His motivation and brains are nothing compared to your precious David. Sorry to let you down, but David was studying all that time. Of course, he didn't go to a prep school, but he was focused on his studies. As a result, he passed the entrance exam with flying colors. No use posturing, the result is obvious. David loves playing outside. A kid like that would never sit quietly at home and study. If he had gone to prep school as James had, well, then I may believe you. Oh, I'm sorry. I suppose you couldn't afford it. How rude of me. It's just so easy for us. I tend to forget other people's financial woes. Excuse me, but what is it you're trying to say? Why are you giving me all this BS? I'm just stating facts. Just because David is some local soccer hero, everybody heaping him with praise for his goals. What's all that good for? Once he gets a taste of the real world, all the soccer skills in the world won't help him one bit. In this world, academic background is everything. Is this about David being elected as captain of the soccer team? As a matter of fact, I do remember you rooting for him to become team captain. Is that it? You have a grudge. That's the reason for all this BS? I don't know. You think? Well, anyway, his studies are way more important than kicking a ball around. By entering this prestigious school, he's on the winner's track to success. It was all worth the money and effort. As for David, he's probably on the loser's track to a mediocre career. You had to be a cheapskate and not send him to a proper prep school. This was a turning point in his life, and you ignored that. Being poor can really be frustrating. About David. What about him? He was accepted at the Sturgis Academy. Huh? Sturgis Academy is that famous? I don't know about it being famous, but I suppose so. I'm sure it's the one you're thinking of. Any mother worth her salt knows that place. It's the top academy in the country with a 6% acceptance rate. That's Harvard or Yale level. He's guaranteed to get into those universities too. Also qualifies for a scholarship. He's got the pick of top colleges. Yeah, that's what he tells me. It's that Sturgis Academy that David got accepted to. You can't be serious. You're making it all up. But David, he was never studying. And right before the exam season, he wasn't even going to prep school. He was just kicking that ball around the field all day. For God's sake! How could a kid like that get into the top private school in the country? I can understand you being envious that James got into Middleton Academy, but to make up some extravagant lie, it's despicable, even for you. It's not a lie. Yes, as you say, he was playing soccer every day and continued managing the team. But he put aside time for his studies as well. He felt that sitting at the desk all day would be too stressful, and he needed to manage his time properly. A little exercise allowed him to clear his head, and in the long run, was way better for his studies. When he wasn't at soccer practice, he was at home or at school studying. But he wasn't even going to prep school. Sturgis Academy isn't the type of school you can get into with just a few hours of study a day. You're right. That's why he got a stack of questionnaires and work assignments from his teacher. Anything he had trouble with, he just asked the teacher at school. And also, my eldest son is currently a freshman at Yale University, so he helped out. Wasn't really necessary to send him to a prep school. Huh? Your eldest son is at Yale? Yes. Oh, I thought you knew. That's the first I heard. How could your son go to Sturgis Academy and your other son at Yale? My son's teacher said he barely squeezed his way into Middleton Academy. It all depends on the child. He's got motivation or he doesn't. No motivation. Is that what you're saying? So you're saying that James didn't have enough motivation? No, I'm not saying that. You know that David loves soccer. Sturgis Academy practically guarantees that he gets into one of the top universities, which means he can focus on playing soccer and not worry about college. And he's also interested in studying overseas, probably in Europe. The soccer scene, you know. There are famous Sturgis Academy affiliated universities over there, with some famous soccer alumni. Eventually, he says he wants to join one of the teams over there. So, I suppose that's where his real motivation comes from. Soccer is his motivation? Motivation is very important for studying, no matter what it is. I'm so sorry. By the looks of it, James does not look as if he was studying much, and always just kicking that stupid ball around. But then he gets into one of the top schools in the country? But as you say, results are what matters, right? What? You arrogant little... Even if he got into Sturgis Academy, if he doesn't try, well, what good is it? Yeah, I can see it now. He'll drop out in no time. Well, studying overseas means he has to keep his grades up. I'm sure he'll manage. After all, he has the motivation. Besides all that, is James going to be okay? Middleton is also a top school, and if he can't keep up with those classes, he may end up dropping out. David told me that he saw James dozing off in class, and even went to the school infirmary a couple times because he wasn't feeling well. He tells me James just barely gets by in most of his classes. I'm worried if he can keep up at Middleton Academy. I don't need you lecturing me about my son. If he can't keep up, well, I'm just going to have to make him study harder, that's all. I'll just add more prep classes, and may even hire a home tutor. We'll just have to spend more money, add more classes, and make him study every day, including weekends. Do you really think that's all good for James? What? Well, James confided in me. He told me never to tell you. Truth be told, after quitting the soccer team, he came over to our place. He broke down crying. He didn't want to quit soccer. Huh? He said if he had to quit soccer, he didn't want to take that exam. But he was scared to tell you. He said he'd be kicked out of the house. Tears were streaming down his cheeks. I felt so sorry for him. James, my James, said that? David was pretty upset about it too. He tried talking him out of quitting. David was insistent. He knew James is an outstanding soccer player and hated losing him. He said it was such a waste to throw his talents away. James said he wanted to continue playing soccer. I had no idea. Hey, Jenny, do you really think it's okay to force your son to study and take that exam? Making him work so hard, wrecking him, both mentally and physically. Is he really happy? I mean, that's what we're talking about here, right? The happiness of your child? Aren't you just using your son to satisfy your ego? Your pride? That was not my intention. The reason he was dozing off in class and falling ill. It's all because you increased his after-school classes. In order to keep up with the workload at Middleton, you said you would hire a tutor. The stress alone. I'm worried about his health. As a mother, is that what you want for your son? Of course not! Nothing is more precious to me than James. That's right. Your own child is the most important. Isn't that right? So, listen to what he has to say. What he wants in life. I just hope you'll be able to understand and grant his wishes. Of course, education and academic background are very important. But after all, it's his life. Let him live it as he pleases. You're right. I'm sorry for making such false accusations. Thank you. I see what you're saying. I feel so ashamed. I'll have a talk with him later. Please do. It will be good for both of you. I pray that things will work out. After they talked, it was decided to reject the application to Middleton Academy. He decided to go to a local school, a good school nonetheless. In fact, the school was more in line with James's academic level. What's more, he was able to get onto the soccer team. Both David and I are happy that things turned out for James and that his mother came to her senses.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.